Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Y'all, we are almost there. The series is almost over. Lexi and her, hold on, let me move this down. Lexi, to me, is like Lexi getting it off her chest. We're at chapter 6, the sneak peek, and it's titled So I Did an Interview. And if you all know, she did the interview with Giving You the Real Tea, and she said she chose him because she finds him to be hilarious, and she felt comfortable talking to him, and he is a hilarious content creator. And this interview was something else. So we about to get into it. So she said to set it up, the dinner was filmed June of 2023. It aired November of 2023, and she did the interview with Giving You the Real Tea January of 2024. She went on to say that she felt like set up by the Fletchers, and she really needed her mom. And at that time, her family had gone on a trip to Africa, and at that time, she and her family could not afford to go. So she was left back here in the United States dealing with the Fletchers. She said she needed time to process, right? Because she didn't know how she was going to show up on the show. And, she got that call from Chris Fletcher, her bio dad, who she thought was calling to just talk about this situation, but he was only calling to tell her, don't talk about his mother. So she was just not happy about that, and she had to deal with that, and she just needed time to process. So she said what led her to find and Giving You the Real Tea to tell her side is that when the show had come out, other than the couple of times she's talked to Chris, nobody else had called her. The show came out. She looked like the problem child. She looked like the antagonist. Then she said Chris and Nell went on to do interviews to talk about her. And she didn't like that so much because she was like, when she did her interview, she was just talking about the family. They were talking about her on a big national scale, her and her mother. So she didn't like that part about it. And that is what made her seek out Giving You the Real Tea so she could tell her side. So she said the 2 times she talked to Chris is when he called about telling her not to talk about his mom, and she called him to ask her to stop talking about her and her mom. She said that he said, if you had stayed, the plan was to have the family to talk to a therapist to fix everything that was going on. And Lexi is thinking, well, if that was the plan, you knew. This is why she said she was set up. You knew that you were going to cause all these things with all of this friction, getting me upset, getting the family upset, so you can have another scene with the therapist to bring me into this, so you can have more storyline. That's me talking. So you could show us trying to fix it. Lexi wasn't in on that plan. Now, I don't know if Lexi is going to really decide to put this out on her public page or her members only, but she said she was going to share some text. Eventually we'll get them. She was going to share the last text between her and her dad, and she said she wants us to let her know how she showed up in the text and how Chris showed up in the text. I can't wait to see the text. She said her main reason for doing the interview with Giving You the Real Tea was to clear her mother's name. She was like, she does not get gratification from what people say in the comments. She doesn't care what people says in the comments about her. She read them. She said she just doesn't need that to function. She said she only did it to clear her mother's name. And I get that. So this video was only 9 minutes. And she ended it by saying, don't mess with my mom, my kids, or my man. That's when I get upset. And that's why she seeked out Giving You the Real Tea. She felt comfortable talking to him. She felt comfortable getting her story out through him. And she was just doing it to clear her mom's name. Now we have one more chapter 7, and I think it's called Closing. So we got one more coming up. And shout out to Giving You the Real Tea for making a safe space for her to talk and tell her story, because that's not easy for someone to do, and especially seeking out someone you may not know. You just watching their channel and seeing how they really are. You don't know how they're going to do when you show up. So shout out to him for giving her a soft place to be. Let me know what y'all thought about it. This has been interesting. What do you think about the Fletchers? What do you think about Lexi? I think she has told her story in the best way she should have. I am thoroughly enjoying it, and I absolutely have an opinion. It's your girl, Millie Chud. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.